Welcome back to Scovid Rewind. In this video, we'll be exploring one of the romantic drama movie from 2019 titled 5 Feet Apart. Before we begin, I hope you're having an amazing day. Grab your favorite snack, sit back, and enjoy the recap. Let's dive straight into the story. Stella Grant is the kind of kid who treats her life like a hospital chart. Every treatment scheduled, every risk measured, every day planned down to the minute. She's 17. Brilliant in a quietly stubborn way, and she's been living with cystic fibrosis long enough that her life has been organized around breathing. Nebulizers, antibiotics, strict hygiene, and an invisible rule that keeps her at a distance from anyone else with the disease. That distance is literal, 6 feet to avoid cross-infection, but it's also emotional. Stella's coping mechanism is control, and control has been her oxygen. Then Will Newman arrives. Will is magnetic in that offhand, slightly dangerous way. Where Stella is exacting, Will is messy, impulsive, and annoyingly human. He's new to the unit, and he doesn't follow rules. He jokes when he's nervous. He breaks curfew. He smokes. Well, not exactly. He just has this aura of not caring about the spreadsheets and the inhalers. That contrast is the thing that pulls Stella like gravity. Where she has walls, he has a shot glass of reckless charm, and the collision is inevitable. They meet under the glaring fluorescent lights of the hospital, and initially become friends in the way that people who are forced into the same hallway sometimes do, competing for privacy, sharing jokes about the nurses, plotting small acts of rebellion. Will teases Stella about her strict regimen. Stella corrects Will's nebulizer technique. It's awkward and electric. There is an immediate, palpable chemistry, but their affection is set against a stern medical boundary. Both of them have cystic fibrosis, and CF patients can carry different, dangerous bacteria that can be deadly to one another. Hospitals keep them separated not because the staff enjoy being mean, but because cross-infection can be fatal. So they laugh, flirt, and trade stories from opposite sides of a measured line, 6 feet apart. Poe is Stella's best friend in the hospital. Funny, loyal, and a little bit of a conspiracy theorist when it comes to snacks and contraband. He's the kind of pal who will distraction dance for you while you sneak out to the courtyard. Poe becomes an ally and a comic chorus to the central romance, grounding the story in real friendship so it doesn't drift off into saccharine melodrama. Stella's parents, meanwhile, are supportive but understandably terrified. Their love looks like protocols and panic. They live inside the constant anxiety that comes with watching a child with a chronic, life-threatening illness. Will's family life is messier and more opaque. He's distant from his parents. He shelters pain with a smile, and he likes to make jokes about mortality because it's easier than crying. The film takes its time laying out the routines that shape Stella's existence. Thin jokes about saline flushes, her color-coded medication routine, the way she charts progress like a small, private scientist. She's not just following rules because she wants to live. She follows them because they make sense, because they protect the people she loves, because every variable controlled reduces the gamble. Will, in contrast, treats rules like suggestions. He also has reasons for his rebellion, a sense that the rules have taken too much from him, that life should be lived even if paying rent to mortality is part of the deal. He stares mortality in the face with a joke, and Stella meets that stare with a spreadsheet and a soft, bewildered tenderness. They begin to push the rules in small, human ways. They develop games to work around the separation. They share playlists, argue about which songs are the saddest, and communicate through whiteboards and sticky notes taped to windows. They measure their world with tape and chalk, marking lines to keep distance but still be close. The hospital courtyard becomes their kingdom, a place where the sun is a permission slip. There's a running joke about how ridiculous measuring love in feet is, but it's also a literal, constant reminder of the stakes. They flirt with danger not by touching immediately, but by inventing clever ways to feel close. A lip printed on a soda bottle cap, a high five through air, a shared milkshake separated by plastic lids and straws. Stella, for all her rigidity, is compelled by Will's looseness. He teaches her how to taste a cupcake instead of writing down its nutritional content. He draws faces on her hospital charts. He makes her laugh in that particular way that makes the breath catch, the exact same way the disease makes the breath catch. Will, in turn, is softened by her fierce yearning to live according to the rules. She steadies him, and he teaches her what reckless joy looks like. They are not a perfect couple, far from it, but they're painfully, undeniably right for each other in the way that two compromised people can be. The romance grows not from grandeur, but from small humanities. Shared ice cream, stolen glances, watching old movies on tablet screens, and the way Will stand at exactly 5 feet when he wants to be closer but knows he's not supposed to be. And that is the cruel little heart of the story. 5 Feet Apart is a title that both mocks and romanticizes the idea that love can be measured. Stella becomes obsessed with changing the rule a hair's breadth. She suggests a truce, 5 feet instead of 6, an inch closer to actual physical connection. It sounds like a tiny crime, but it's monumental to two people who have spent their lives counting breaths. That deliberate inch is their rebellion and their intimacy. It's their compromise. They test their boundaries in ways that are simultaneously childish and profound, like teenagers who sneak out to kiss behind the bleachers. It's naive, sweet, and devastating. The hospital is not just backdrop, it's a character. Nurses are weary saints. Doctors deliver news with a practiced, gentle bluntness. Hospital life is full of rituals that are sometimes oddly uplifting. A little ritualistic comedy that keeps everyone sane. There are moments of levity, pose antics, a makeshift party in the rec room, a marvelously awkward attempt at normal teenage mischief. The script knows when to let the humor breathe. The jokes are small and human, like a kid announcing that mashed potatoes are a medicine if you believe hard enough. But reality intrudes. Will's condition is precarious, and things get more serious. Where the film could have fallen into predictable melodrama, it tries to keep its feet planted in honesty. CF is relentless and unpredictable, and the decisions people make under its weight are messy. There are hospital scenes that are quiet and surgical, punctuated by pained silences rather than pathos-filled speeches. Doctors discuss transplant candidacy and infection risks, and the audience is constantly reminded that these are not abstract concepts, but calculations that can mean the difference between waking up and not waking up. Without spoiling every beat, the arc moves toward a crisis that tests both Stella's control and Will's defiance. The story asks, how much risk do you accept for the possibility of living a life that feels like it belongs to you? Will and Stella take chances, small and then increasingly large, and with those choices come consequences. That tension is where the movie works best, in the moral calculus of love under constraint. You begin to feel the moral weight of simple actions, a single close contact that could alter both of their fates. It's harrowing and humane. You'll find yourself rooting for them to steal moments, and also watching with clenched teeth because the stakes are so high. The film leans on emotional honesty in its quieter moments. The texts between Stella and her parents, the awkward attempts to be normal in a world that keeps reminding them they're not. There's a scene that lingers where Stella and Will talk about the future, like people who know tomorrow is not guaranteed. They make plans that are equal parts hopeful and absurd, because what else are you going to do with hope if not plan a picnic that might never happen? The dialogue often lands, and when it stumbles, the performances keep it grounded. This is a movie that wants you to cry, but earns it by making you care about the people, not the plot twists. The supporting characters matter. Poe's loyalty provides comic relief and real friendship. Parents embody the pain of loving someone whose life requires constant vigilance. Nurses and doctors offer a mix of professionalism and weary affection. The movie doesn't glamorize illness. There are ugly, unromantic moments involving treatments that are intrusive and humiliating, but it also refuses to reduce its characters to their suffering alone. They live, laugh, squabble, and make terrible jokes. That humanity is what makes the emotional punches land. There's a climax that forces the characters and the audience into a reckoning. I won't go into every spoiler, but suffice it to say the outcomes are not neat. There is grief that is handled without melodrama, and there are sacrifices that feel inevitable in the way that tragedies often do, as if the facts of biology were a cruel coin flip. The resolution asks Stella and the viewer to accept that not everything can be controlled, no matter how fastidious you are. The film nudges toward a bittersweet acceptance. Stella learns painfully that love sometimes means letting go, and that living is as much about the courage to feel as the courage to survive another day. If you're watching this for the romance, you'll get it. There are scenes that are properly tender and earn a few audible sniffles. If you're watching for the hospital drama, the procedures and protocols are recorded with enough attention to feel real. And if you're watching for a story about teenagers confronting mortality, the film treats that subject with sincerity and, most importantly, with respect for the young people at its center. What makes it linger in the chest is the way small details are treated like lifelines. The taste of fries you're not supposed to eat, the forbidden touch that you weigh against the possible consequences, the way a shared playlist becomes its own kind of intimacy. The love here doesn't erase the illness. It coexists with it, complicated and stubborn and human. The movie doesn't try to give you tidy answers. It gives you people trying to do their best inside a terrible system. You watch them make mistakes, celebrate tiny victories, and suffer losses that feel unfair. By the end, what stays with you is the idea that proximity is not just a physical measure, but an emotional one. The film's title, How Close You Are Allowed to Be, turns out to be a metaphor for everything. For the fear that keeps us apart, for the bravery that brings us closer, and for the small rebellions that make life worth living even when it's unfair. Stella's growth is slow and human. She learns to let some things go, to accept uncertainty, and to honor the moments she had, not just the ones she planned. The conclusion isn't a tidy moral. It's a quiet invitation to live, breathe, and love in a world where you never quite know how much time you have. So, if you're in the mood for a tearjerker that treats its characters with honesty rather than spectacle, 5 Feet Apart will probably hit you right in the heart. It's romantic without being ridiculous, earnest without being manipulative, and it knows how to find hope in tiny acts, like choosing to be 5 feet apart when 6 feels too far. Bring tissues, but also bring the small, stubborn hope that these kids show, that even when the world lays rules on you, there's always a way to find a little room for love.